Everyone, Happy New Year's to you. Happy 2012. Haven't done an update for a while, so I figure I'll go ahead and get you guys one up to date. Alright, let's start with the lemon tree. This is the Eureka lemon tree. As you can see, look on the back side. On the back here, just the way I planted it. All the fruit was on this side already. We're all starting to ripen. I mean, that's a whole bundle ripen. That's a bundle. That's ripen. So I'm gonna have a lot of lemonade to make. And there's also a couple new blossoms coming in. See that one right there, right there, right there. Unfortunately, I forgot to fertilize that. I forgot to feed it. What you're supposed to do is in between seasons. So at the end of fall, as you go into winter, you feed. As you're going from end of winter to spring, you feed. That's when, in between the seasons, is when you start getting those new flowers. If you feed while the flowers are on there, they're just going to fall off. All those buds are just going to drop. Okay. So it's important to feed it, and it's important, more important, to actually get the timing right. Since this is a fairly new tree, it's been in here less than a year, I'm still getting a feel for the cycles. So I'll go ahead and feed that towards the end of winter. I would say the last 2 weeks of winter. I'll go ahead and add a tablespoon of feed for every inch of trunk. And looking at the trunk, it's only an inch. Alright, on to the elephant ears. We're starting to spread a little bit more over to this side, which is excellent, because then it'll finally balance it out. The black rose is doing well. It's actually starting to pick up now. Before it was super, limp like this one, but it's starting to, perk up. Yeah, this puppy, those flowers. I don't remember the name of that one. Let's look it up. Down there, that's just an aloe vera that I randomly found. And that thingy, I don't know. There's another afterglow right there, and towards the back there, you can see it. There we go. That's a Confederate rose. It's completely covered up by this afterglow. So looks like I might have to move that. But I'm not going to do that until spring, until it gets warmer. I don't want to disturb the roots right now. It's getting too cold at night. The average temperature at night is below 40 degrees now. Oh, there's a blue agave. I got this from Palm Springs. It was just a little tiny thing. It was about that size right there. Growing off of a larger one. I just kind of stole it. Oh well. Amarilla. It's been too warm, so it's not going to flower yet. It should have been by now, but it likes cold, consistent cold. And the fire plant's doing well. Alright, let me show you a gift I got. I got this bay leaf bush, which I don't understand why they call it a bush shrub when it grows up 15 to 20 feet tall. If you trim the top here, you can treat it like a bonsai. This trunk here will get fatter, and you'll get a nice bush if you continually to chop the top. This is a standard bay leaf. I like to cook with it a lot. So, and the person that got it for me knows I love to cook, so she went ahead and grabbed me one. And yeah. The way to cure the leaves is it only takes 72 hours or 48 to 72 hours. You never want to pick the leaf and just automatically use it right away. If you do that, it's going to be bitter. So at most you need to wait is 42 hours. You can pick it, stick it in a little jar. A couple days later you can use it. The basil still coming in good. I mean, it's towards the end. It's not looking like much. Usually I'll whack it off towards the end. It's right at the base here, and it'll come back. But if I whack it, I don't think it's going to come back. So I'm just going to keep what I got. There's some seed pods right here. I can always pick these and save the seeds. Oop, just dropped a seed. It's tiny. The flowers are edible if you ever wanted to eat them. They're great in the scramble. Yeah, it's great in scramble. Anything you can add basil to, even a pasta sauce, you can add the flowers, and it's a stronger flavor. It's a little bit more robust. Jalapeno still coming in. There's a new one right there. Any other new ones? There's a new one right there. Tiny little guys. One right there. I got some nice ones. Picked a few huge ones. And as you can see, oops, accidentally picked it. Starting to turn colors. I think that's from the cold. Kind of resembles frostbite, or I don't know, half's green, half's black. I don't know. You can cut into it and see what it looks like. Pretty sure it's fine. I'm sure I've eaten one that's turned a slightly color. Anyway. Alright, so the spinach is coming in nicely. Oh, what's this? That's a bok choy or some kind of choy. Butter leaf? What is this? Let me eat it. Yeah, I don't know. Tastes like plant. Yeah, tastes like a plant. And there are the turnips. They're doing well. The broccoli, cauliflower, broccoli, not looking so good. A little small. What's up, monkey? You wanted to be in the video too? Come on, show them the plants. Yep, show how you eat all the grass. Okay, arugula grows like an absolute freaking weed. Look at the patch way over there. It's just nothing but concrete, hard soil. I didn't even put a seed. It must have blown around when I was over there arranging the seeds, and I have arugula growing over there. It's insane. It's never watered. I never do anything with it, and it just grows arugula over there. So if you love arugula, keep in mind it grows like a freaking weed. You don't need to be a genius to grow it. Some more turnips. Kind of tiny eggs. It's called egg white turnips. I picked a few. They're actually pretty good. Tastes like a radish. So, yeah. The Caribbean chilies. Yeah, this is towards the end. It's totally done. It's not going to do anything much. Those actually are slightly rotting at the stem. So I'm going to go ahead and pick them just to save some of those seeds. Just let it go. And I'll go ahead and trim this down to the lowest node. So there's the lowest node. I'll snip it there. The lowest node is right there, right here. So you snip it right there. Similar way of, same way you would trim a rose bush. Yeah, still got a couple little weird bell peppers, or capsicums, as people in Australia call them. I had to look that up. It was the Hitman. You have an awesome garden. I'm so jealous that it's December and you got tomatoes growing. I mean, I'm like, damn, I gotta get a house in Australia so I can grow year-round tomatoes. Yeah, they call them capsicums. I had to look that up. I'm like, what the hell is he saying? And trust me, it's not easy to find translation of English to English. But kind of caught on to what you were saying. The thyme is coming in nicely. It's just all wrapped up, so that was awesome. And the strawberries starting to poke back up. Those aren't going to do much until spring. They're going to just get a little bit of leafy, but yeah, spring, towards the end of winter, this should start bushing up. You won't even see the straw anymore. Okay, the grapes. These are doing well. It's finally dying off. Each one of these stems right here such as this one. This will be the one that will produce fruit next season, along with all the other ones, all these other dead, emptied out stems. Eventually this will continue to, fall off, and that's where I'm going to get my next crop from, or my very first crop from. Because I planted these last year. Don't ever expect grapes on the first year of planting. Okay? It's not going to happen. Your fruit grows from prior year's growth. So I'm going to get grapes from this vine, all these vines. Where my grapes going to come from. And at the end of that season, I'm going to go ahead and trim these. Probably trim them as high as, right all the way down to the base. And whatever new ones come in during that time, they're going to replace these once they finish fruiting. And those are going to give me the following year's crop. So I'm excited. I've never actually grown grapes, so from what I've read, it's pretty freaking easy. It's a no-brainer. I want to show you a house plant. My house open? Oh. Alright. I'm going to walk around this way. And yeah, I still haven't found a place for all that straw. I have no idea what to do with it. So, here's one of the house plants I have. I don't know the name of this thing. It's pretty cool though. It's pretty old. It's gone for a while. I transplant it once a year. And this year I went ahead and I just weaved it, because this thing was 20-30 feet long, and look at it now, it's only about 5 feet, and I didn't cut any of it, so it's just weaved around the base all the way around. It's a great thing. The less sun this thing gets, the bigger these leaves get. The more sun, the smaller the leaves. But it's hard to transition from small back to big. You're gonna get a nice. It's going to go into shock. You're going to lose a lot of leaves. I think it's fine. There's too much sun in the house to really be able to choke it off enough to get the big leaves. What other house plant we got? Some roses. Those aren't growing in here. This puppy is doing good. Pretty house plant. This thing started off with just a few, literally just this size. That was the plant I got, and now look at it. Keeps growing. Oh, that's it. That's what I want to show you. So these are green onions. These are green onions I bought from the store. As you can see, I just cut it right there, and I used it in some food. And I stuck these in the pot of soil, and look at them. That's just 2 days. That's already an inch of new growth. It's crazy. Talking about recycling and reusing. I mean, normally this would end up in the compost or just out in the trash, but I'm reusing them. So I got that from, what is it, Incredible Creations. Or is it 4 Green or 2? I can't remember. I know it was a lady. I think it was a Japanese woman. I don't know. Hope I didn't offend anyone with that remark. Blah blah blah. And my favorite. Yeah. So last night I ended up cooking a lot. I made 2 pots of beef stock, because I ran out. And I also slow smoked a whole pork shoulder, pork butt, 10-pound bone in. That thing was delicious. I got this grill for Christmas. This is the old one. This is the new one. Girlfriend got tired of me sitting out here like a little Asian guy. What's up with the Asians today? Yeah, squatting and barbecuing. So, plus my knees are starting to age a little bit, so she didn't want me squatting too much more. Whatever. So I finally broke it in. That was the first use I got out of this puppy, and that was a 7-hour smoke. And as you can see, these things are awesome. And the reason why this one is here is because I had to reload charcoal every hour. I had to add 20 hot fresh coals to both sides, along with some more wood chips. And talking about wood chips, I had a question for some of you barbecuers, smokers. 007, you know what I'm talking about, JB. You know, I was watching your videos as I was doing it, because you're really good at smoking. Everything you've cooked on your smoker just looks like, oh my god, I wish I can jump through the computer and eat that. But yeah, the wood chips. So I went ahead and picked up some apple wood chunks. On my smaller grill, I wasn't able to actually use anything like this. I had to use the fine grind up or chips, where you have to definitely soak in water or they go up like a match. Now the bag says soak the wood. I didn't read that at first. I went ahead and just used the dry wood, tossed it on top of the coals. It smoked perfectly. And I watched your video and you said if you soak it, it's going to smolder and it's going to, you know, blacken your meat with the, you know, soot, whatever, smolder. So I ended up soaking some of them as well. It's because I read it afterwards. I would say 3 hours into the cook. So I used both versions, dry and wet. I really couldn't tell the difference. The wet, it had more of an aroma to it. The dry smelled a little bit, you know, acrylic, kind of acidy, funky. But it didn't get into the meat. Everything tasted fine. The meat was a bomb. Absolutely the bomb. It had a nice smoke ring. Bone was just falling out. Let's lift it up, and there's a lot of bone there actually, in the shoulder. And yeah, it was absolutely delicious. So for all the barbecuers, I'm not talking about grillers, I'm talking about barbecuing, slow going, large pieces of meat. Let me know what you think about, you know, how you do your wood chips. Do you smoke, or do you soak them, or do you not smoke them? Do you smoke certain kinds? The small ones, do you put it in a pouch? Do you put it in a smoking box? I really want to know what everyone thinks, everyone's technique. I found either way it didn't make a difference to me. The meat still came out excellent. It didn't taste like rancid. Didn't have any rancid smoke taste to it. Had a good apple smoke. And yeah, let me know what you think. So once again, everyone, Happy New Year's. I can't wait. It's 2012, and that means there's an upcoming tomato season. I mean, spring and summer. We have a new set of spring and summer on the way. Couldn't say that last year or in December, because we're at the end of the year. Like, oh, we gotta wait for this year to end to get to the next season. Well, we're there now. Alright. Well, like I said, I hope everyone had a great 2011. It's time for 2012. The world is supposed to end. Whatever. Don't buy it. If it does, hey, I'll have my own farm, killing my own game, and cooking on my damn grill if the world wants to freaking end. Alright, peace out.